Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Will. You're watching another episode of Miles and Insulin, and today I am in Madrid. I'm here for the weekend, so it's Friday today and I'm heading out for a little easy hour. I'm going to take you around and just explore Madrid really. I've never been here before, so excited to see what's on offer. Let's recap on my early morning run yesterday. How's it going? It is Thursday. Had to check that. So far this week we've got 2 gym sessions in, and last night I smashed a little tempo session down on the prom, and this morning we're up early and we're out doing a few easy miles along the seafront. So I'm 4 miles in, probably going to do another like 3 or 4 just to get up and get the hours in, but feeling good. Rested a little bit this week. At the start of this week I had Monday and Tuesday off, stretching and icing my knee after a little bit of jip after the long run on Sunday. But yeah, feeling good and looking forward to getting a strong weekend. Blood sugars were 5 this morning, so came out and I had a little bar just beforehand as a little bit of insurance, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
If I'm honest, then I'm scared of things is to come. Put my shoes on, then I'll run, but I can't outrun some. Know myself, grow myself, just myself on my ones. I can't change all the things that I know that you done, but it's a long way to go. When you go, then you're gone. So yeah, I'm fucking scared. Pour my heart out so much, now there's nothing there. Try so hard to get out my head, but I'm stuck in here.
Okay, so initial reaction for running in Madrid is that there is so many hills and just so many 3G football pitches. I don't know where I went, but it was class. Really enjoyed it. Good one to get in the bank. Welcome back to another episode of Diabetes 101. I woke up this morning with a little bleep on my phone to say that I need to change my Libre. So we are going to talk about blood glucose monitoring and what the options are out there at the moment, and just give you an overview of what I do. So people might see these sensors on people's arms. This is called a Freestyle Libre. When I first was diagnosed with diabetes, you had to prick your finger, squeeze the blood out, test your blood and see where your blood sugars are. Now that's great, but it's not very practical in most situations to get a needle out, prick your finger and have a bloody finger and walk around. It's not great. You have to wash your hands, blah, blah, blah. It's not hygienic. So this technology was developed by Abbott, and it is a sensor that sits underneath your arm. So I'm just going to pull this one out. So the Libre is a tiny little, I don't know if you can see that, a tiny little bristle that sits underneath the skin, and the blood sugars are measured in the interstitial fluid. So it's not as accurate as a blood test because it's not testing the blood, but the data that these guys have developed means that you can test yourself via the interstitial fluids. Now the benefits of these are that they stay in your arm for 2 weeks. You can test yourself as many times as you want. So you used to have a pot of 50 test strips, and then some people would test like 100 times a day, probably not, maybe like 15 times a day, and some people would test only 4 or 5 times a day. With these scanners you can test as many times as you want, so you have greater ability to have control. We're going to change my sensor now. So you get 2 little bits, pull that bit off, twist that, put these 2 together. Now the sensor's loaded in there. Find yourself a little bit on the back of your arm. Make sure you've washed this, and then just pop it in. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go, it's all sorted. So you just want to press down, make sure it's all stuck on your arm, and then you'll scan yourself. Gives an hour for it to warm up and do some testing, and then you're good to go for another 2 weeks. It's as simple as that. So when you see people like this, in the street, if you notice them, that means they're diabetic, and that's their testing. One of the main benefits of the Libre system is that it has Bluetooth to your phone. So if your blood sugars go too high or too low, it will alarm on your phone to notify you. So previously when you had your finger prick, or when these first came out, you still had to flash yourself to acquire the information. But now the new ones, they give you an alarm, which is fantastic because it stops you from having these hypo and hyperglycemia episodes, which is what you try to avoid as a diabetic. Now, some people say, does it hurt? Not really. Just a sharp scratch, and then you're away. Thanks for watching another episode of Mars and Insulin. Have a great week and enjoy your running.